Death Club.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Danny here. Today I'm talking to you about Issak. So Issak is a monthly series over in Afternoon Magazine. We've seen series like Vinland Saga, Blam, Parasite, Mushishi, a lot of killers in this magazine. And this started in January of 2017 and it's currently ongoing with a total of 32 chapters. This is written by Shinji Makari and drawn by Ji-hyung Song. So let's go ahead and get into this, man. This manga is set during the 30 Years' War in the 17th century over in Europe, specifically between the Netherlands and the Roman Empire. And it stars our main character, Issak, which is probably pronounced Isaku. He is a Japanese man in search for a person named Lorenzo, who was once his friend and fellow student, turned villain as he killed their master and stole one of the rifles he made. And so now it is up to Issak to hunt him down, kill him, retrieve the gun, and return back to the homeland before the government in Japan kills their master's daughter, Shihori. So now he is a mercenary jumping from area to area in this war, trying to find him in the battlefield. It's there where he meets Prince Heinrich as a mercenary, and his first real encounter with Lorenzo, and decides to stick with him because he believes as long as he's with Heinrich, as Heinrich is traveling across the continent fighting these wars, he is going to meet Lorenzo, because Lorenzo is a man who is addicted to war and near-death experiences. So wherever there's carnage, he will be there. And at the beginning, we meet a blacksmith who just showed up into town where Heinrich and Issak first met, along with his granddaughter, Zeta, who eventually becomes a main staple of the main cast of the series. So it's a historical setting manga, and I just don't really dive into these for no real reason other than that, there might be a lot of jargon that I just don't know. But there is some interesting stuff in there. I am a fan of history to a point, so seeing stuff that you don't normally learn in school is always cool, like getting more into detail of it. There's another manga out there, don't think it's even close to being translated yet, but that's during a specific war that sounded pretty cool. If stuff like that can catch my eye, then yeah, we'll get in here. But the real thing that caught my eye here had to be the art. The volume covers are amazing, and then diving in to this manga, my god. The art that Ji-hyung is giving out here is amazing. He does so much here without using a whole lot of shading. Just the detail is fantastic. Facial expressions, the way each panel is framed during battles, and the high intense moments whenever Issak shoots his rifle, it's all amazing. It gets very intense, and this man does not hold back on the blood and gore. Early on too, like wow, I was taken aback a little by seeing some of the scenes. I was like, wow, we're really getting some of these moments. And one of the key parts of this series is the way Issak uses his rifle for intimidation. It is a long distance rifle. It's something fairly brand new. And the fact that there's only two of these guns, the one that Issak has and the one that Lorenzo has, out in this European battlefield is a very scary thing to have. There's moments where here comes a party trying to attack, and then so Issak just pulls out his gun, boom, just starts taking them out one by one. The quickness, how fast he can reload it, how accurate he is, he's just getting headshots. And his tactics can get really intense to where he'll just shoot one guy and they all escape, and they ask him, why did you only shoot the guy in the front? Are you trying to show off your skills? He's like, no, what's scarier when you're running away than seeing a person in front of you get shot from behind? And it's like, wow, these are some crazy tactics that he's using. And people have brought up, how are you able to come up with these kind of tactics? And his reply is, well, I mean, Japan's been in war for 100 years. Like, there's always a battle every day. You just have to learn to adapt and come up with these type of scenarios. Each character is great. Again, you can really feel the emotion from the way they talk and just the way the facial expressions are when they're talking like that. It's all easy to read. It doesn't get too intense with any military jargon or anything like that. Sure, some panels can be lengthy, but because it's a historical war setting, right, there's going to be a lot of talking in between the ranks of soldiers and their officers. But no, it doesn't really detract you from the series because it's all really build up into the next fight, as well as whenever Isaac and the crew have to go travel somewhere else, and then you get to see a glimpse of what the country is like outside of the battlefields, them having to sneak around because they're not welcome there, or they need to get somewhere outside of this checkpoint that they have to go through, but they're not allowed there kind of thing. All that stuff is nice. Isaac's a cool main character, man. He reminds me of William from Neo. I think that's kind of like the first thing that drew me. I was like, oh, hey, this is just like Neo. Though it's the opposite, right? In Neo, William is an Irishman from England coming to Japan in search for his spirit that got stolen. And then here, it's Isaac, a Japanese man, coming into Europe in search for revenge and the retrieval of his master's weapon. But still, like, the idea of having a foreigner come into a place during a state of war, really almost changing the course of how that war goes because this one individual is there, is an interesting thing. So yeah, guys, I definitely recommend this manga. If you're fans of something like Vinland Saga or Golden Kamui, like, this is right up your alley. And that's all I really have to say today, guys. So thank you for listening. Have you guys checked out Isaac? What are your thoughts? We would love to bring those up on the next episode. And you could send those to unversepodcast@gmail.com. And then you could follow us on social media at unversepodcast anywhere you go. And we'll let you know when those episodes drop. So thank you guys, and we will catch you on the next one.